Disclaimer. The video is a critique and is considered constructive criticism. Please do not harass anyone involved in the video.
Hello everyone, it's me, Kathy here. And yeah, I am sorry for not uploading in over a month. I did have to deal with some rather personal issues. I initially thought of doing new videos every week, but felt like that would just make my life even more stressed out. So now, I won't have a schedule. I shall upload what I want, when I want. Anyways, the user I'm renting on today goes by the name of SuperMarioFan65, also known as Terry. This user isn't really dreadful per se, but does make some questionable content that I feel needs critiquing. Let's go! Now, one thing to point out is how he has over 11.7k deviations, and as you can imagine, I'm not going through all of it, so I will just scratch the surface. He usually draws Kirby's, Goombas, stick figures, and among other things, other talentless artists cling to. Gotta be honest, his art is very bland and very samey. He uses way too much shape tools most of the time. He sometimes draws freehand as well, and if he does free draw, it looks heavily referenced and borderline traced. And that coloring job on these pictures remind me of what a 5-year-old coloring in an activity center or coloring in a daycare. And if he doesn't trace... Welcome to your nightmares, people! Well shit, now that weird penguin he drew is gonna be my sleep paralysis demon. Who here likes to laugh? I'm curious, because his comedy isn't very funny. It reminds me of those memes your mom on Facebook found. Hell, some of his stuff isn't even comedy. I will now provide examples of what he deems as funny. Read by my good old friend, Spacey McSpacer.
NFL stands for National Football League.
Wow, what a revolutionary discovery!
I don't care what people say. If it has too much sugar, Frosted Flakes are great.
Hey little boy, don't put that thing in your mouth unless you like the taste of tiger cum.
Just a koala laying on a tree branch.
Hey guys, I have a joke. This is a stack of tortillas, and they're on a tray.
Okay, I'm waiting for the punchline.
There's no punchline.
So 2020 has been a dumpster fire for all you guys. The worst year for the entire world since 2016.
Oh look, another 2020 bad person. And knowing all of this stuff that has happened in the past and is currently happening makes him look ignorant towards the world and the current events. Yeah, his sense of humor is far from human and more alien if anything, but if you think we're done with him, well, let's look at the next thing he has. His stamps fall into several categories of fail. Those include fanbase is blank, I love or hate this thing, and some of the hottest takes of all time. Let's take a look at his masterful takes and see what he thinks.
People are allowed to eat cereal at night.
Okay, so who says you can't?
Imposter accounts suck.
Sus!
I love walls.
Looks like I found Trump's DeviantArt account. I guess after Twitter suspended him, and no longer being president, he decided to exercise his passion for making stamps in DeviantArt.
I love bras.
Looks like we have a pervert in the making, folks. Like, seriously. Did it not occur to him that this sounds creepy? It's SuperMarioFan65. What else do you expect?
Stop killing people.
Breaking news! Murder is dropped to 0%!
I love touching.
You get away from that boy, you pervert! Well, been rustled again. Are you okay, young man? Did he put his hands on you?
I love plastic.
Are you married to plastic or something like that?
Child fetish art is just art.
Urge to kill rising.
Oh, and you know who commented on this. Yeah, I should note how some of these are requests, but damn, is he easy to manipulate with requests. Okay, since he also makes fanfics, might as well bring those up. Not really a fanfic critiquer, so not sure if I'm the right person to talk about this. But these fanfics, however, are so boring. Barely anything interesting happens in them, and a lot of them just end up being super long due for the amount of space being used. I should also mention these are in the script format as well. Yeah, not really how you're supposed to use a story. Then there's his Instagram where he takes photos. Fine, I guess. That's the whole point of the site. But they tend to be rather blurry sometimes. You know, retakes exist. He has a massive obsession with penguins as well. Like, look, I find penguins adorable as well, but your gallery is so saturated with penguin stuff, it makes me wonder why you didn't make an all account for penguin stuff. Hell, he has a folder dedicated to penguin stuff, including images of penguin clips, which is just lazy since he didn't even take these pictures. Nothing much to say about the penguin images, except for this one post. Autistic baby penguins. Yeah, because biting totally makes you autistic, right? 100% not stereotyping there. And lastly, there's this rant on a radio station and wants to cancel radio station because they overplay songs. And he low-key wants them to go bankrupt, for the record. This really reminds me of those Go Animate rants where he wants something canceled just because they don't like it. And you know the station provides jobs for people, right? Just curious if you know that or not. This guy is easily one of DA's biggest content farms. So much repetitive shit, it's unbelievable. It looks like he wants the MJetty school making content. Frankly, it has been hard to rant on him knowing how much shit he spews out, of all equal gotta D levels of course. For advice, just limit your posts. Actually try to be funny and not just spur out random facts you can find on Google. And try to make your art more detailed and put more time in it alongside stopping the shape tool and tracing stuff you do. Anyways, I'm the Litterbox Critic. I'm signing out. Harley Davidson. Screw it. Let's ride.